Okay, if we're ready to begin, welcome everyone. The first episode of the show was amazing. It was just awesome. I had so much fun. My guests were amazing and they did such a great job answering all my hard questions. I received lots of positive feedback on the show, and if you didn't get a chance and you want to see it, you can find it on the Amaretto website and watch it anytime you want to. When I was trying to come up with the opening for today's show, I thought, what's something that not many people know about Amaretto and might be interested to find out? Well, how about the daily, everyday operations at the Amaretto Ranch? Yes, there is an Amaretto Ranch. We all come to work every day, just like anyone else would, except we get to TP to our jobs when most people drive. Yes, for the Amaretto staff, this is our real life job, and we all have specific duties we have to do each day. Since it's not your standard ordinary job, we of course don't have your standard ordinary office. But instead, we all just kind of sit in chairs in a big building that's kind of like one giant room. The guys have their testing and super top secret stuff strewn all over the place. Josie's forever asking, can we pick this up? Can I return that? Otherwise, they'd never clean it up. They have platforms and all set up for testing, yet they manage to wreck the office daily. There's stuff everywhere. I couldn't even get pictures of the chairs we sit in because they got stuff everywhere. But it's nice to come to work. Oh, wait, let me tell you this. Over the years, we've had all kinds of different chairs and different styles. We've had hay bales. Right now we're sitting in funny chairs that the first time I went to work really creeped me out. They have arms and legs, y'all. Seriously, arms and legs. It's hilarious. Um, but it's nice to come to work and sit surrounded by people who are like your family and talk and feel like a part of this amazing community of Amaretto Breedables. I look forward to seeing what's going on in the Amaretto groups every day. And if you're not an active member of them, you should be. We have a lot of laughs in there. And we don't just talk about breedables all the time. We talk about all kinds of stuff in that group. So there you have it. A little glimpse into the Amaretto Ranch. And future episodes, maybe I'll be able to reveal a bit more. For now, let's just get to the guest. Today we have three fantastic guests. These ladies are amazing, I think. Pretty V's a fabulous breeder and collector. Avalon, she's the most amazing general manager for Amaretto Breedables. And my first guest is an amazing breeder in her own right, as well as one of Amaretto's fabulous chat group moderators. She's also the keeper of one of the most amazing Flickr pages ever. When something new hits the grid, it's her that rushes to get that picture up there for you all to be able to see the beautiful new breedable or trait, and I'm pleased to call her a dear friend. Please help me to welcome Trinity Skies Arco, or as we all call her in the group, Trini. Come on up here. Let's talk, girl. Y'all, applause. Yay. Did she make it? Trini's a crashing fool. Uh-oh, did we lose her?
Yeah, we kind of did. I like to make a big entrance, sis.
Does not surprise me at all.
Now you
Oh.
knew this would. There we go.
All right, Diva, have a seat. It's a pleasure to have you on the show today, Trini. We're going to start things off with one of my favorite questions. Everybody always has to answer this question because it's my favorite one to ask. How did you find Second Life? And don't tell me Playboy.
No, it wasn't that. It was my real life sister. She was on SL and started having a relationship with a man from America. So she introduced us to Second Life in 2009 as a way to communicate with him before he was going to fly over and visit. Um, I was going round SL as you do as a total noob. Absolutely loved it and was totally fascinated with it. Fascinated with all the places you could visit and TPing. I absolutely adored TPing. And apart from that, I was just amazed at watching people building and having their own homes and setting them up different ways and gardens and And eventually I rented a small parcel with my partner Zen, and we started enjoying Second Life, newbie style.
Well,
We
how
did
did you
everything.
guys find Breedables? What'd you do before Breedables, and how'd you come to find them?
Well, we used to do a lot of motorbiking and stuff like that, and Zen's quite the metalhead and likes motorbikes, groups like that. So we was going around a lot of places on the bands circuit and going and seeing creators of motorbikes. And the breedables themselves, I found them by accident purely on my birthday. And Zen wanted to buy me a birthday present, and he was insisting I had a motorbike. And we went to a shop where he wanted me to see a particular bike he thought I would like. And I was hanging outside, and a little pony trotted around a fence that was, partitioning off
Aw.
their place, and I was just fascinated, absolutely fascinated. And then it whinnied at me, and that was it. I was hooked. I'd got to have that foal, and I didn't want the motorbike. I wanted the foal, and we came home with 6 horses.
Well, how'd the Flickr page come about? I know I talk to Trini all the time, so I know she loves doing the Flickr page, but tell them, how'd the Flickr page come about?
That was through going into groups basically, and every time new traits come out, and the flicker itself was born through the 11th trait. The 11th trait was hitting the grid, which was the Amaretto brandings. And me and Travesty Rider was going around like headless chickens, trying to find pictures and attach them to note cards and pass them around the group. And we were doing our best, but we was kind of failing a bit. And Avalon came in and she suggested Flickr. Well, we didn't know what Flickr was, and so I searched for it, and lo and behold, I got one set up, and Travesty was still passing me information and pictures, and we put the first ones on. So it's kind of started from there, and then it snowballed, and everybody decided, well, you've got to see how my horse looks with this brand on it. It looks different than that one in your picture.
Aw, everybody's so proud of their own
Yeah,
horses, though.
I'm
It's
very
cool,
proud of
though.
them. Oh, I absolutely love looking at the pictures.
I
Love
go and
it.
look at it all the time too, and it's like, ooh, that looks so pretty. Well, I know Trin was actually doing the Flickr page before she became a moderator. She was always quick to jump in and help anyone with a question. So have you enjoyed being a moderator and getting to meet and chat with so many members of the Amaretto community?
I absolutely adore it. I adore helping people. I think that's just in my nature generally. And I like to see people that are upset be calmed and soothed. I'm that kind of a person. Um, I don't like to see anybody lose a breedable, and so it's basically through chatting about and helping them anyway. And I just absolutely adored it, making sure they get the right information or pointed to somewhere, or at least comforted a bit that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and that we appreciate them as much and their breedables as much as they love their breedables. I just find it fascinating. It's like a family in there. There's some days we do these squabbles, but that's like any family really. And
Oh yeah.
everybody,
Oh yeah.
yeah, and everybody has they say their piece when they need to say their piece, and they're spoken to, and it's all done in respect as best we can keep it. And that's what we love doing. And I meet with such fascinating people and work with the best people I could ever want as my co-workers or my bosses. And it humbles me every day when I go in that group and see their horses posted and see CSRs coming in and having a smile on their face and chittering away. It's absolutely wonderful, and I love it.
I know. It doesn't matter what time of day or night I message her. I say, "Hey, Jenny, what you doing?
Mm.
I'm helping so and so." Like, yeah, okay. Hang on. I need to ask you something. Somebody did. They wanted me. They sent me a bunch of questions for you, but the main one that they wanted to know is, do you ever dream about Amaretto chat?
Oh my lord, that's a very good question. And I have dreamt about the horses before. And yes, I did dream about the chat, and I was giving out trophies. And it was really bizarre. I was giving out trophies for different traits to people, and I don't know why I was doing that, but I suddenly decided I wanted to give everybody in the chat trophies. So there you
Just a
go.
bit of fun.
Yeah,
Now
strange,
every
but
time
true.
somebody shows off a horse, they're going to go, Trini, where's my
Oh yeah, they're going.
trophy?
Yeah, they're going to want to give me me to give them a trophy or a ribbon.
Oh, dancer. Well, I have to finish up the interview with the question that I love asking the most.
Oh,
Yep, I know you're dreading it. We're all
kidding.
anxious to hear it. If you could create your own designer horse with the traits we have now, what would it be and what would you call it?
Oh my God, that is so hard. And I know how the last time I was on the show, the others, it is really hard to choose. My favouriteest trait of all time is the eyes. So I would have to start with eyes. And I did mention to you the other day about Sapphire Starshine being one of my ultimate favouriteest eyes. And then after that conversation I had with you was looking on Flickr, and of course there was all the other eyes, and I love them too. So I thought, right, I do like a lot of coats, so coats probably wouldn't be the thing. It would be an eye and probably the wild hair. I'm not really fussed over whether it's a long or whether it's an upright or an up long. Those or a braided, those don't really matter to me. It's almost like the beauty of the horse itself. So for me, it could be as low trait as just having the traited eye, a wing, and maybe a hoof, and on a white walker or a white Arabian. Um, but I'm quite liking the Perlinos, so I'm very torn. And I would. It is a brain melt of a question, brother.
It
When you
is. I
said that,
gotta have at least one
can't
hard-hitting
choose.
one.
I'm going to go with the Perlino blue, and then I would say
Ooh.
a frost ice wing to match the little blue on the fetlock and that, and then put the starshine eye on it, the sapphire starshine eye on it, and I would probably call it Tickle Flicker because that's one of my favourite things we've ever had was go tickle the flicker.
Oh my goodness. All right, you guys get busy. I was actually trying to write that down. Perlino blue,
Perlino
sapphire
blue,
starshine, and
yeah,
I forgot the wing.
and then the ice, the frost. Is it the frost wing? Isn't it the wing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
one of the frost
that's
wings.
one.
Oh,
And then we'll have to
we'll
get
put
in the
that
group.
together.
Yeah, and we'll have to get in the group and ask them what traits they think it should go on it.
Oh, that'll be so much fun. Thank you so much for joining me here today, Trini. It's been a
Thank you for
pleasure
having
talking
me.
to you as always. All
Thank
right, now
you.
if you'll help me welcome my next guest. Let's see. Now we're going to welcome to the show the multi-talented general manager for Amaretto Breedables. This lady is essential to the everyday operations of the Amaretto Ranch. She makes sure everything runs as smoothly as possible. We all watched her grow from a cute kid avatar to the beautiful young lady she is today. Join me in welcoming Miss Avalon Crystal to the show. Yay! Ava does a questions and answers with the community nearly every day, yet I receive tons of suggestions for her to be a guest on the show, so I'm happy that she's here with us today. And of course, you got to start out telling us, how did you come to find Second Life, Ava?
Of course. I think it was about maybe 5 years ago, I was sitting at home bored watching MTV, and I saw that episode of the chick that did the singing. Um, I can't remember what her name is.
Oh, I
Um,
remember that though.
yeah. And so I had saw that, and I was like, what is this Second Life? Let me check it out. So then I started Googling, and I downloaded it, and then about a week into it, I was probably hooked.
Now, I've known Avalon since way back before Amaretto. And I don't even know how you came to find breedables. I just know that you were at one of my auctions one day. So how did you come to find breedables?
Well, that's a kind of an interesting story, actually. Everybody knows I was a kid avatar, and Jamie had adopted me into her family, and she was doing another breedable. And I had seen breedables before, but I'd always held out, and I didn't participate in them because at that time I didn't rent land and stuff like that. But once I joined her family, there was no denying the fact that I was going to be involved in breedables because uh, they had some simple, and so I got involved in that way.
I guess you have no
It was
choice
kind
when
of
you grow
like,
up on the nest egg, huh?
yeah, it was like if you're gonna be our kid, then you're gonna be doing this with us, and so that's how I kind of got involved.
Thank you, Jamie. Now, Avalon, most people, and this has been the question that most people want to know. They want to know why you decided to grow up. Everybody misses and loved the cute little kid that you were for so long. Not that you're not a beautiful woman, but why'd you grow up on us?
Well, I really struggled with making my avatar an adult. I had done it several times before and always went back to being a kid. I just felt that in becoming manager for Amaretto, and I wanted people to take me more seriously, that it was a good idea. And it was time that Ava grew up. Not to mention the fact that I have come in contact with some people that were really freaked out by kid avatars for, and I don't know why.
Oh my God, Keg.
Yeah, well, maybe there's that too. But yeah, I just thought it was time. I'd been a kid for over 4 years, and my relationship with the people that were in my family was really more of on an adult level. And so I just decided it was time.
I thought it was really cute and that you should know how many people miss that little kid though. Because I know a lot of people are freaked out by kid avatars and Avalon was she was one of the best. Um,
I will
now
say I miss it sometimes too.
that's because you
But
kids got the best clothes.
no, the shopping is way more fun on an adult.
Now, Ava, I know you and Josie have been working hard on the RFL activities for this year. Can you fill us all in on what's coming up? Is there anything you can tell us about Amaretto's involvement this year? Josie, plug your ears.
Well, what I will say is Relay for Life is kicking off this weekend. So if that's something that you guys are interested in, you should really check out their page. I think they're gonna it's a fashion event or something they're having. You better believe I'll be down there shopping after work. But
Oh, yeah.
we are sponsoring them as a premier sponsor. I think that's what it's called, which we've done the past 2 years. We do have a bunch of ideas in the works. Of course, I can't give you any details, but you will see an Amaretto presence at the Relay for Life as you have the past 2 years. It's something that we all love doing, and it's really heartwarming, and really it's like the most heartwarming and experience that I've had in Second Life. I
It's the
mean,
best part of my year. I know it. I know you feel the same way too. We all love RFL. It's so much fun to do.
yeah, the fact that people stay awake for 24 hours going around a virtual track, I mean, really, that's like commitment.
That's fabulous. Well, now you know I got to finish up the interview with the question. I can't wait to hear Ava's answer. If you could create your designer horse, the Avalon horse, what would it be? What's your favorite traits? How would you put it together?
Well, I knew you were going to ask me this question, so I started thinking about it. Um, my favorite coat by far is the black Pinto. Um, Pintos have like a bad rap. Most people don't really enjoy those, but I really like the black Pinto. So I'm gonna go with a black Pinto with rose pearl eyes, with coat opal and of course gleam. And I would want pink socks on it and the sweetheart branding. and the sweetheart wings, and I would top it all off with the wild hair Mystique fuchsia. I'm a girly girl, so it's got to be all pink. And I would call it the Ava Sweetheart Horse.
Oh, I was trying to write all that down. Yeah. That was fabulous. That's going to be an amazing horse. You guys are going to have to make that one. The Ava Sweetheart horse. That could be the next big trendsetter. Awesome. I can't wait to see that. And that sounded pretty too. Oh my God. Now, as I said earlier, Ava goes out and does a questions and answers nearly every day. And I got to encourage you all. You got to go out there and talk to her. Say hi. Look how much fun she is to talk to. If you got an idea, go share it with her. She loves to hear from you guys. Just go talk. You see the messages go out. Oh, I'm going to go see Ava. Head on over. Thank you again so much for sitting down here with me, Avalon. It's been a pleasure. Always. I love doing this interview. And now you're
Thank you
going to
for
have to,
having me.
you're welcome. You're going to have to help me welcome my next guest. Let her get up here to the stage. My final guest today is someone that I did receive numerous requests from, people in the community to invite on the show. She's an amazing breeder in her own right. She loves to help her fellow breeders or just sit and talk about breedables. She has an amazing collection of Amaretto horses that you can see pictures of in the viewer behind the sofa. That's been pretty bee stuff, all circling through during the show. It has absolutely been my pleasure to get to know this lady while preparing for this interview. Y'all help me welcome Pretty Bee Durant to the show. Yay! Thank you for joining us here today, Pretty Bee.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Well, let's get started with your backstory. How did you find Second Life?
Okay, that's a fun question. Between 2000 and 2006, I used to travel all over the country, state to state, city to see my favorite band play. And it's Duran Duran, by the way. And one day I was on their website, and I seen that they were going to have a show in Second Life. And, me being not that I would want to miss a show, be it, the virtual world or the real world. I logged on immediately to Second Life and I fell in love with it instantly.
Thank you, Duran Duran. Well, what led you to breedables?
um, I started with bunnies and I was walking through Jewel one day, the old sim. I'm sure some of you remember Jewel. And I seen a horse, and it was 3 days after the official release, and I just fell in love with it. I was like, I want to do that, and I've been with Amaretto, breeding Amaretto, since 3 days after the release.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now, uh, everybody's been looking at the pictures of your fabulous collection back there, and I was going to let you tell us a little bit about how you got started collecting.
Okay. When the canines were released, I took like a couple months off from horses and just mainly focused on the dogs. And I decided I missed the horses. So I came back and I had, gosh, like 50 Christmas LEs in my inventory that I set out and was healing. And a lady IM'd me. Her name was Trinity Zuzu. And she says, I see you like LEs. I want to show you my collection. Would you be interested in seeing it? I'm all, collection? Sure. So I looked at her collection and I said, wow, that's something I want to do. That's something neat and different and new. And it just kind of took off from there.
What would you say is your favorite horse in your collection?
My favorite horse would have to be the appreciation horse, the sprinkle horse. It was the hardest to get, and I love it. It's a cute horse.
Oh, I think we've made sure to get a picture of that in the viewer back there too. I love those sprinkles. Oh, is there a horse that you're missing from your collection or something that you're missing that you just can't wait to get?
Well, I would like to collect one of each of the Galaxy coats, and I would like to try and get the one of a kind canine that I'm missing to complete my collection, and maybe the one of a kind chicken too. So those would be the three things that I would like.
I know half the fun in collecting is the search. Just searching for it. That's all.
Which canine? The one that actually I bought, I ended up trading for the sprinkles and the cheetah. So I need to buy it back.
Oh, there you go. Well, I know when we were talking, you were pretty passionate about being able to share your motivational tips with the community. I know you spend a lot of time helping people. So I was hoping that you would tell us a few of these motivational tips that you were talking about.
Sure. I'm sorry. The best thing is to have um, a main focus to make it new and exciting. Um, to I would suggest try to make it personal. Maybe do a trend horse, and it's something you can be passionate about. Just there's just so many traits you can breed, and so many new sets that come out, and Ellie's I breed a lot. But if you make it special and personal, I find out it's more rewarding that way.
I love to listen to them when they come in the group and talk about their projects. When the community does their projects, they seem the happiest. And I just love it when they come together for them. It's like, I made it, I made it.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time and dedication, and you have to be patient, but in the end, it's well worth it. And it makes it more special.
Now, I heard that you made a trendsetter horse, which is also back in the viewer. Um, you want to share with us? Can you tell us about that and how you came up with that idea? What is that? Poison ivy. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, I was just searching through markets one day with nothing special in mind, just taking a stroll, seeing what I could find, and I came across this color mixture that I just thought was out of this world. It was just amazing. And I I thought to myself, I want to take that color mixture and I want to add my own personality to it and give it a story and a name. So that's what I did. And gosh, what is her name? I know she's a mod for Amaretto. Isabella or
Lisa
Lisabella
Bella. Yes,
or
Lisa
okay,
Bella Lane.
that's whose horses that actually started it. The color mixture. I seen it together and I just knew that I had to do something with that.
Now let's see. I believe I have got a note card and it says your true poison ivy is a black walker with poison eye, long, quad
Hmm.
low, hair warmth, coat hue teal, and it's supposed to have a shoe branding?
The branding's optional,
Oh, okay, that's cool. And you actually
but
made one.
every lady has to have a few
Oh,
shoes,
exactly.
so.
Yes. So that had to be exciting when you first managed to put it together and find that bundle under there because it was your idea and you saw it right through to completion.
Yeah, it's really bizarre, but the day before I received that first bundle, I was ready to pack it up, and I am to one of my friends and I said, I've waited forever. And she said, don't give up. And I said, you're right. And the next day, guess what I got? The perfect
See?
horse. Yeah,
Patience
just be
pays
patient.
off.
Definitely.
That's why I ask everybody the question about the favorite designer horses. I'm hoping to inspire everybody that hears this to start your own. Come up with your own idea or take one that you hear here at the show and have some fun. Put a little fun into the breeding again. But now, since I've already asked Pretty Bee, I can't really ask her what she would do for traits on her own designer horse because she already has her own. So I had to come up with another question for her, and I had some that were submitted from the community, and I thought this one would be a good one for Pretty Bee.
I'm scared.
Because you love to help everybody in the community so much, I thought celebrity would you hope they were?
Oh, you know what? You broke up, so I wasn't really able to hear the question.
Oh no. All right, let's try it again. If you were helping someone with their horses and found out they were secretly a celebrity, which celebrity would you hope they were?
Well, that's easy. Simon Le Bon, the lead
See,
singer of Duran Duran.
she was scared. She was worried about the question, and I knew the answer to the question before I even wrote it. I'm on a never-ending search for Paris Hilton. I just know Paris is in here somewhere. All right. Thank you so much, all three of you, for being here with me today. It's been so much fun doing this show again. Thank you, Josie. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And I hope that you all come back out and see my guests next month. It'll be just as much fun again. So thank you, guys. We'll see you next time. Peace out.